Alright, last time on Pokemon FireRed, we got to Fuchsia City a second time. Or Fuchsia if you want to actually remember how to spell Fuchsia. I mean, there's runs specifically to do that. You can get through the game with one Pokemon, it's just not recommended.
Man, I can't believe that guy was put in there to diss me as a child specifically.
Alright, so we're going to explore Fuchsia City, which, move deleter. He can make people forget moves, which I think even includes, HMs, so while HMs are normally difficult to remove, he can help you with that.
Ah. Introduction to the one puzzle this game has.
Alright, it's gonna be pretty tricky.
I feel like it was, though. I feel like a lot of runs stopped at that part.
You got the tooth ending. Alright, so the gym is right there, and there's actually nothing stopping us from entering the gym, but as I said, we'll be exploring the town, which is gonna take a bit, actually, because, you know, people have been mentioning the Safari Zone, and, I don't know. Don't know what he's saying. But yeah, people have been mentioning the Safari Zone. That's gonna be a big part of this. It is a big part of this episode, but also of the town as well.
Oh, Safari Zone, you're always much cooler in theory than you are in practice.
Sigh. So, if you only went through one route to get to Fuchsia City, specifically the western one, then this fisherman might be helpful because he gives you the good rod, which is worse than the super rod we got, so as long as you took the eastern route, you have a better rod. And just in case you need it, there is a little pond in his backyard, which you can, use the good rod to catch more than just Magikarp here. But I'm not gonna bother. There's going to be enough fishing in this episode as it is. Oh wow, we're already at the zoo. So yeah, there's just a huge area in the back that is just a Pokemon zoo. And yeah, that's just the rest of the town.
Pokemon Zoo is also an idea that sounds pretty cool, in theory.
Yeah, it's just a minor part here, though.
Yeah, this is... Honestly, that's why, Pokemon Snap is such a big deal.
Yeah, because that was a Pokemon Zoo, but, stuff was going on there.
Yeah. I don't know about zoo. It's they're out in nature, but... it's the same idea of, here are Pokemon doing Pokemon things.
Yeah. I feel like they could do a Pokemon Zoo better in the modern games. I don't think they have? Because I don't remember seeing any in X or Moon. I guess I do have a bit of a blind spot for Gen 4 and 5, but...
I think the Pokemon Zoo from this game might have been in Let's Go. They changed the Safari Zone a lot, but I think there were still, Pokemon here.
That makes sense. It's a pretty big part of the town.
Yeah, but it was, I think, still a bit too bare bones for my liking.
Oh, yeah.
Which, is really just capturing the feeling of a zoo.
Well, now that you mention it, yeah. Here's some animals in a cage. Hope you don't get the sad animals.
Does the zoo have a monkeys exhibit? They usually have fun. If not, I hope you enjoy watching animals sleep.
Yeah, that's most of what they do when they can't really roam about. Where's the gift shop in the zoo? I want overpriced Pokemon-themed stuff.
I mean, It would be pretty surreal if there was like a convenience store in a zoo, but no gift shop.
Can't believe there's no gift shop. Where am I gonna go here to get ripped off? All I can buy here are just potions that I can spray in my Pokemon's face so they'll stop being injured. Ah, and this guy just teaches you substitutes. I believe I'll actually be teaching that later, but not now. I don't think I have the correct Pokemon in my party at the moment.
You'll learn that one jutsu from Naruto.
Just become a log.
See, I'm pretty sure they did that gag in the original Pokemon anime too. Either Koga or Janine, or whoever it was, the female ninja, might not have been Janine. It did the log gag.
Yeah, everyone does. It's like the ninja joke. Alright, so yes, we've gotten the basic rundown of the Safari Zone. We just wander the wilderness, we've got a certain number of steps until they kick us out. And yeah, we don't have any battles to do when catching Pokemon in the Safari Zone, which you would think would make the Safari Zone better than it is, since you have to fight less. Yeah, you can actually open the menu to see how many steps you have. And as you can see, turning around doesn't take up steps. However, while these houses are rest houses, your steps do count here, so talking to NPCs does take up some of your valuable time, but if you really want to grind in the Safari Zone, you can just spin around in place and you're good. So anyway, yeah, let's see if we can get into any fights in this area. Oh, there we go, first one. So we got an Execute.
Oh, that's where they are.
Yep, so if you throw rocks at Pokemon, it makes them more likely to run away but easier to catch. If you throw baits, it makes them less likely to run away but harder to catch. So prime strategy is just throw a rock, maybe two. You're kind of pushing it if you go for two, but, you know, sometimes it's necessary. So yeah, it's not great because, unlike most wild Pokemon fights, in this version of the game at least, running is very much a thing that will happen for Pokemon. Running in the wild is rare. You know, sometimes roars happen, but here, the Pokemon are just gonna run away. It will happen to you.
Yeah, Let's Go in general is much better about the battleless capture mechanics. It does have items. Instead of rocks, you just have different berries that do different things.
I kind of prefer that because I feel like a jerk throwing rocks at Pokemon.
Yeah, and I think they can stack? I'm not sure if that's right, but I think like there are multiple berries that do different things. You can give all of them to a Pokemon at once.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, here's a Nidorino. I guess we'll catch one of these. It is actually a good idea, because Nidoking can learn a fair few HMs that just a normal Nidoran can't. But, you know, while Nidoqueen is much the same way, I'm actually using a Nidoqueen, so I don't really want to take up her slots with HMs.
Well, yeah, Nidoking, you have to use a Moonstone. Those are fairly rare in this game, right?
It's not so bad to find them. And, like, I only really need the one for Nidoqueen, so any I find afterwards are just fair game for casually using. And no, I don't know why I named this Nidorino Spaghetti.
Because it's a good-ass name for a Nidorino.
Spaghetti. Say hello to Spaghetti, the unstoppable... Well, actually could probably stop him fairly easy, because it's not like I'm using him. Unstoppable in spirit, we'll say.
You know, this place where wild Pokemon are running around completely, like, unrestrained. All of these items are, like, very sinister, actually. It's like, oh, and this is where a Kangaskhan fucking broke someone's legs and murdered them.
Yep, just a whole lot of environmental storytelling all over the place. I need to see a skeleton.
Like, it feels worse here because this is, like, something you paid to do.
Speaking of which, here's a Kangaskhan. Paid to get my ass kicked.
Also, like, the throwing rock as immediate reaction is funny because I just picture Hotaru like, ah!
And I love how it's mouth level, so it looks like the Kangaskhan just ate that rock. Didn't enjoy it, it's still mad, but like, it just gulped that thing down. It's not hurt.
It just catches the rock in its teeth and crushes them.
It is skilled at attacking using Comet Punch. Is Comet Punch any good? I don't think I've ever had a Pokemon that can use it.
I think it's, like, fairly powerful for a normal type move.
I think it's a move that Ladybug has, right?
I think. There's a lot of stuff in the original Pokemon games where, like, the strongest moves were normal type, and some of the stronger rare Pokemon were also normal type. I'm not sure what normal type was going for, actually.
I guess just like a fairly neutral, it doesn't get affected by much, but it can affect many other things.
Because eventually they more or less settled it as, like, the common type. But in Gen 1, like, Kangaskhan is a normal type, and it was pretty rare and pretty strong.
Yeah, I think that's sort of their, at least attempt to sort of balance it out, because, you know, with most typings you have a very clear and distinct advantage over a lot of different types of Pokemon, whereas normal, it only has the one weakness to fighting, but also it can't really affect many others, so they just said, alright, just give them the super powerful moves. Just make them powerhouses.
And give some of them, like, better base stats. There's, like, Kangaskhan, Tauros, Chansey.
Yeah, they got pretty solid bases. Thank you to a ninja for preventing a Jurassic Park scenario. It's really weird that people wouldn't know how their Eevee evolved in this game. Huh, why did my Eevee turn into a Flareon after I gave it a fire rock? Quite the mystery, wouldn't you say?
You have one viewer that works in, like, tech support. And is just like, no, it's completely believable that people don't know how their stuff works.
I've seen some real idiots in my time.
Ah, giant bug! Throws her out.
Oh god, that's just a Zelda mini-boss.
I remember when Godzilla fought that thing.
Not taking my chances with an animal called Venom Moth. Heck, that thing's not poisonous, it's venomous. I'm like 90% sure that's the one that's gonna fuck me up.
Because the scales that come off that are powdery. I get it.
Maybe moths just get into flour. Alright, time to throw a rock at a rock.
Here, time to join your brethren.
I'm only making the Rhyhorn more powerful.
The Safari Zone really just makes me think of, like, how often Pokemon run into availability problems. Because, like, all the Pokemon in the Safari Zone are super cool.
But you have to play the Safari Zone to get it.
Yeah, you're very rarely going to use them. Because you're not getting them until Fuchsia City. It's like, at most, you're putting one of these guys on your team.
Yeah, I just fucking spun around for a while to find a Chansey and I'm never gonna use it. What of it? Yeah, Chansey, of course. I believe one of the NPCs mentioned, but their name kind of comes from the fact that you gotta be super lucky to find them. Their percentage of appearance are very low. So, Chansey, of course, is pretty notorious for its HP. In earlier gens, especially with the way health bars work, even if you take one out in one shot, that health meter takes a while to go down.
I've seen the video. Today I will KO, one hit KO Chansey in Pokemon Gen 4.
Alright, I've low kicked it. Alright, it's going down.
Also, in the end game, the best way to grind experience is to catch a shit ton of Chansey, so I have more Chansey than I ever want in my life.
So back there you might have noticed that we got the gold teeth that were by the sign, wondering where the gold teeth were, so good job whoever put that sign up for not paying any attention to their surroundings. You're also going to want to come to this particular shack because you get HMO3, Surf, the thing that gets us across the water. It's also a pretty solid attacking move, so it's one of the few HMs that nobody really regrets having on their Pokemon that they like using. Yeah, see, 95 damage. That's pretty good.
And it just got more useful in this gen because this is where they introduced double battles.
Oh yeah. Provided your own partner won't get knocked out by it, it's a really good one to use.
Surf only hits enemies, I think.
Oh, does it? Yeah, certain moves will hit your own dudes, like Earthquake. Make sure you're fighting with a flying type if you use Earthquake in a double battle. Alright, of course though, while Surf is very helpful for getting around the Safari Zone, we don't actually have the ability to use it in the field just yet. That's actually the thing we get from the Fuchsia gym, is the ability to use Surf outside a battle. Nonetheless, I'm going to go back into the Safari Zone because there are a few things that I missed. Of course, I did waste a lot of time going into the safe houses, or the rest houses, rather. So we're gonna cut back over here. Yeah, I already found the secret house, you don't need to tell me about that. Alright, now, Area 3, I believe we're going... Oh, nope, we're going this way first, I guess. Without a map, I have just gotten completely turned around. At least past me knew what she was doing. Okay, here's the last rest house we haven't been to, I believe.
I like how if you listen to the music, you can tell where you cut out the encounters.
See if you can tell how many encounters I just had to remove. Yeah, the answer is a lot of them, but we're not even in a cave, so, like, could be worse.
Also, it's gone now, but the music doesn't really fit what I think of the Safari Zone as. It's, like, super dramatic and everything, but I picture it more as, like, you know, wandering around and appreciating nature.
Yeah, appreciating nature, and then getting tackled by a bull. That sounds like a torturous existence. Alright, time to get myself raring to go. Time to whip myself. I am my own cat o' nine tails.
That's a mean name.
Mean, but delicious. Alright, now I believe, of course there's an item there that you can get by using Surf, but again, can't use that yet. Anyway, here's Scyther. Here's the Pokemon that you think looks real cool when you're 13.
Listen.
I was also like that, and still kind of am. Alright, so Scyther is... Alright, so this pond right here. Let's catch some water Pokemon. Who are we gonna get? Okay, good, Dratini. So, Dratini's design in Gen 3 makes me real mad, because here's the thing. In Gen 2, Dratini was blue, and every game after Gen 3, Dratini is blue. However, in Gen 2, Dratini's shiny form was purple, kind of like the purple you see right here. I'm pretty sure every time I play this damn game, I think I found a shiny Dratini before I realize, wait, no sparkles, that's just a normal Dratini. So in this game, the shiny Dratini is actually more of a pink, and then it actually retains that shiny design for the rest of the series, but again, it goes back to being blue after Gen 3. I don't think any other Pokemon fools you into thinking that it's shiny.
Dratini is also a Pokemon, just like conceptually.
Oh yeah, it's pretty rad.
Yeah, it's also sort of a, I don't know, an interesting take on like the Magikarp type Pokemon. Because instead of like a cute Pokemon, a cute weak Pokemon that grows up into a threatening, like badass Pokemon, it's a cute Pokemon that goes up to a threatening cute Pokemon.
Yep. And is also, you know, considerably less useless than Magikarp. And speaking of as useless as Magikarp, for some reason in Smash Bros, Goldeen is Magikarp's stand-in because it just uses Splash and does not do anything.
They couldn't get the rights to Magikarp. He was asking for too much money.
If I'm gonna be in Smash Bros, I want to get paid.
Also, if I remember right, Goldeen was my mom's favorite Pokemon when I was a kid.
It's alright. And then here's Seeking, who's... yeah, he's just horrified to be here.
Also, I forgot to check how big Goldeen was, but Seeking is like 10 times as big or something.
She big. Yeah, 4'3" and 86 pounds. Try lifting me, idiot. You can't.
Do you even lift, bro?
like the rainbow goldfish. There were blasted goldfish that were rainbow. Look, I already named one goldfish. I have nothing, okay? And another Pokemon who was just terrified of the world. Here's Psyduck. Psyduck, the Pokemon with the eternal migraine.
Psyducks have much better availability in Let's Go, because you can catch just north of Cerulean. And I think I've mentioned before, there's no fishing in Let's Go for some reason.
Yeah.
So it's like one of the earlier water type Pokemon you can get if you didn't choose Squirtle.
Alright, now, I forget if Golduck's here or if we're on what I'm pretty sure is the last Pokemon, because, yep, it took me ages to get Dragonair, which of course is a better Dratini, but it has a very low appearance. It is super hard to find a Dragonair. That took a while.
Yeah, and like, you're not going to use it. If you're going to use a Dragonair, it's going to be one that you evolve yourself.
Yeah, it is just better to start from the beginning.
Also, it's 13 feet long.
Yeah. But yeah, it's easier to just find your Dratini and then use it, if that's what you're gonna do. Of course, Dratinis and Dragonairs do evolve at fairly high levels, but, you know, you're going for, like, the dragon type of this game, so they had to, you know, there had to be some caveat. They strong.
Yeah, in Let's Go, you can find Dratini in any body of water, you just have to have a catch combo going.
Dang, that's powerful.
But you don't get Surf until after Fuchsia City, so it's actually available later.
Ah, okay.
Than Dratini, but it's also easier to level up. Like I didn't catch a Dratini until after Fuchsia City, obviously, but I had a Dragonite by the time I fought Blake, I think.
Jeez.
I mean, I definitely had one before I started Victory Road.
Also, check that out. 3 steps left. I am quite skilled. Alright, and that is the Safari Zone. But there's still stuff we need to do. We're just, you know, done with that part, and thank goodness.
Yeah, the Safari Zone is not in Let's Go. It's replaced with the Pokemon Go Transfer Park. Which, since nobody I know with a Switch is going to get Let's Go Eevee, I guess I'll just have to use.
Gee, I wonder who you could be talking about.
It's fine. I can't dictate your Switch purchases, and it's an expensive game anyways.
Yeah, it's as expensive as all the other million games coming out. Can video games just, like, stop for a second?
Little Town Hero is only going to be $25.
Oh,
and
nice.
I'm sure that Moon is going to be cheaper. And, like, there's no way they're going to charge $60 for Link's Awakening, right? For a remake of a Game Boy Color game?
It's a pretty nice looking remake, you know.
I mean, I'll pay $60, but they wouldn't do that, would they?
Oh, they would. So anyway, Char's the one who's learning Substitute.
Now he can make Char clones.
Ah, yes, perfect. Definitely my intention all along. And you get a mask, and you get a mask, and you get a mask. And none of you will ever live up to that potential. So we also get HMO4, which is less good. It's strength. It's a normal type attack, where you just, I don't know, punch another Pokemon. But it is kinda necessary for various pushing puzzles throughout the game, so make sure to have a Pokemon with it on. And by the way, Kibble, my HM user, can't learn strength, so,
I mean, that's not that much of a surprise.
I think that Kibble should be able to use strength. I want my cat to just punch a boulder out of the way. Since we're here, though, I might as well give Perry bulk up. Technically speaking, Focus Energy might have been a little more useful, but, you know, strength defense. If I ever remember to use it, bulk up's a pretty good move. Sunny Day's also a nice one. Sunny Day makes the sunlight strong, which is going to be pretty helpful for Shiitake, because it's got, you know, another effect in addition to just making fire types more powerful. It will replace Scratch, and we'll see where that goes eventually. Oh, it's a windy and sunny day for Shiitake. Alright, so let's solve this strength problem. So you see this boulder right here. How are we going to take care of it? Spaghetti! Here we go! And we get a rare candy. That's a nice reward for just testing out how to use strength. So yeah, now that I have a Nidoking, I can just make him my HM user from now on. Also, remember when I pointed out Secret Power back at Cerulean Cape, and how I got that move there? I wanted to give it to Spearmint all this time, except I completely forgot that Secret Power was a TM you picked up on that route. I thought it was later. So it's just been sitting here all of this time, and I've not been giving it to Spearmint. Whoops. It is a pretty neat move. It changes depending on the type of terrain you're on.
It's Unknown's move, right?
I think so, yeah. So, it's not the most useful move, but it's neat and I'll be using it later. But that's all for this episode of Pokemon FireRed. Next time we'll be going to the gym.
It's really weird that Secret Power and Hidden Power are two completely different moves.
I always forget the difference between the two.
Hidden Power is just used to make secret bases, right?
I think that was the one?
Which is weird that Secret Power doesn't make secret bases, that's Hidden Power.
It's real weird.
If only they introduced hidden bases and those were made with Secret Power, then I would have to punch somebody in Game Freak.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame I never did play the remake of Gen 3, because I loved secret bases.